it's Liv. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are making a recipe that is starting off the holiday inspired recipes on my channel for the next few weeks. We are making vegan eggnog cinnamon rolls. So starting off, you want to add the vegan butter and vegan eggnog and stir it around until the butter is melted. You want it to be warm and steaming, but not so hot that it's actually boiling. Then just add it to a big mixing bowl. Sprinkle your packet of quick rise yeast evenly distributed over the top, and then you want to leave that for 10 minutes so that the yeast can activate. And then when you come back, it will look like this kind of gross brain texture, and then you want to add the sugar and stir that just a little bit just to break it up. Then you want to start adding in the flour a little bit at a time so that you can start stirring it in between and it forms a dough, just because I find it easier to mix that way. When you get close to the end of using all the flour, you'll find that it gets to be a little bit hard to stir with a spoon, so you'll just want to incorporate it all using your hands, and then you can just kind of knead it a little bit for about 30 seconds in the bowl. This is really just to make sure that the flour is in there and it forms a nice ball of dough. Set that aside and wash out your bowl because we are going to put the dough back in the same bowl to rise. Once it is clean, you spray it with a little bit of cooking spray so that the dough doesn't stick to it, and then just put it in the bowl and cover it with some plastic wrap and leave it for 1 hour to rise. So while it's rising, do what I like to do and make the filling while you're waiting. In a bowl, I just combined the softened vegan butter, brown sugar, cinnamon, and nutmeg, and I used a hand mixer to just make sure that it was nice and creamy and all combined. And then I just put that aside and waited until the timer went off to finish making the rolls. So once it's risen, it should look like this. It should be at least doubled in size, and I find that it usually just fills my whole bowl. Remove the plastic wrap and dump it out onto a lightly floured surface. If you've never done this, just wash your counter, make sure it's nice and clean, and then sprinkle a little bit of flour on it and roll it out with a rolling pin. So the shape we're going for is about kind of like a long-ish rectangle, and you want it to be as even as possible, which is why I recommend using a rolling pin, because it'll just give you that nice, really even and flat surface. Then you can just spread the filling that we made earlier onto the dough and make sure that that is in an even layer as well. Then this is where the roll part of cinnamon rolls comes in. So you're going to start at the bottom closest to you and just start rolling the dough back and forth. You want to make sure that you're really pulling the dough up and over the filling so that it is rolling as evenly as possible. Then I like to just take a sharp knife and mark where I want the rolls to be so that I make sure I have enough. And you will need 9 rolls to fit a 9-inch square baking pan. So then I just slice them and press them into the pan. Bake that in your 375-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 26 to 28 minutes until they are nice and golden brown. So then while they're baking, we're going to make the icing, and it's just 2 ingredients, powdered sugar and some vegan eggnog. This is the brand I have been using. I really like it. It tastes amazing. Once they come out of the oven, I pretty much like to drizzle the icing right away. You can let them cool for a minute or two, but I like serving these hot out of the oven, so I just drizzle the icing on right away and then serve. Time for the taste test. And this is like the kind of thing that you really want to bring to some sort of big family dinner and share with all the people who claim they don't like vegan food, because this is fully vegan and I feel like they would like it. So but for those of you who don't have the time, I have a no rise cinnamon roll recipe that is on my channel, so I'll link it below if you guys want. It just uses baking powder instead, and it has kind of more of like a biscuity texture, and they're still really good. So that one's good if you guys don't want cinnamon rolls that require rising. But if you do want to try these out, I hope that this video showed you how easy it is. And yeah, I think that is everything I have to say for now. You guys should definitely make them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe, and if you try it at home, take a photo and tag me on Instagram or Twitter. I am at itslivb. Just a reminder, I have a cookbook coming out in February, and it is now available for pre-order, and if you pre-order it, you get a free gift with your purchase, and all of the information for that is on my website, which is linked below. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love and appreciate you all so much, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!